well as helpful to the person who's reading it. It's cathartic and it's a coping mechanism for myself. So it makes me feel better to try to write it. It helps that way.
You know, one point you brought up, it's interesting that if you see a person who has a disability.
Can you hear back there?
No.
Sorry, if you see a person with a disability, sorry, if you see a person with a disability, such as our daughter who has Down syndrome, it's obvious she has a disability, and other people, you know, it's not so obvious. So people don't always have, you know, empathy, you know, for a situation. You know, they don't necessarily take your word, just like when you went into the, you know, bitter end place I've been to, and you know, they wouldn't seat you because they saw something, but they didn't really understand the situation. So I mean, it's just interesting to see the difference, you know, in that, and it's just something we need to keep in mind, you know, because you know, like when you need to get services, even for our daughter who has Down syndrome, we have to almost prove on a yearly basis that her daughter has Down syndrome, even though it's obvious, to get, you know, her services such as speech therapy and whatever else. Whereas, you know, if you don't have an obvious disability, like maybe autism, you know, you look maybe normal, or anything, right? And so, you know, it is a difference to bear in mind.
Thank you. What else?
Yes.
Yes, I'm afraid I can't take it because it's
That's
connected.
okay. I have two questions, one for the lady first and then two for the gentleman. When your daughter was tiny and she was in the nursery school, what was it that the nursery school attendant or teacher observed, making her think that a little toddler had a problem? That's number one. And then I have a question for the gentleman too.
Okay, what they noticed was, first of all, you know, when they sit in a circle and the teacher reads to you and you're that young, Allegra couldn't sit and listen to the teacher because she didn't know what the teacher was doing or saying. So she would get up and walk over to the pretend kitchen that was on the other side of the room and cook a meal. You know, she'd be doing it herself. And then they would say to her, Allegra, come back and sit down and listen. It would last 5 minutes and she'd get up. And then when it came to letters and sentences and things that you start to learn, there was no way that she could do it. And so the headmistress just came to me and said, you know, there's something wrong. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong. And you can lose nothing by going and having her tested, which I did first before I went to the neurologist. And I had her tested and they said they think that she has severe learning disabilities, but I wanted to check on it to make sure that that's all of it. And then I find out that she's mentally retarded and all that. So.
And then the question for you, sir. You're obviously a man of superior intelligence. You've had the
How much do I owe you? How much do I owe you?
Nothing, really. My question is, you've had this since you were a little boy. I think that you probably grew up in New York City.
Right.
Did you go to a special ed school, or did you go through the regular?
No, I got this at age 50.
I beg your
I got
pardon?
this at age 50. I didn't have it as a little boy.
50.
I got it at age 50.
Yeah. And because you had this situation that you've obviously handled very, very well, some people, particularly young people, can be intrinsically cruel. Were you bullied?
I was not bullied.
Yeah, that man bullied you. At the bitter end, he bullied you. You
That's-
were just
that's
old
all-
enough that you didn't care.
That's overuse of the bully. I was an idiot.
If you were 10, you would be both called bully.
Right. I find that 99% of the people are helpful, happy, fun, and want to help me. Sometimes if I have trouble crossing the street, the people will stop. Most people, almost, not even higher than 95%. That guy who I wrote about is quite the minority. Most people are very helpful.
I have a question for Anne. I'm curious how old your children are now and what